Sakamoto Days Most Forgotten Character. With this series that has a ton of lovable characters, some of which had a lot of development, while others had subpar development. But every single one of these characters are lovable. From the sweet and lovable characters like Aoi and Hana, to more action-packed characters like Sakamoto and Shin. There are other characters that are very popular, like Nagumo and Heisuke. Both these characters, while very lovable, are very action-packed and have done a lot for the story. All of these characters are wonderful and add to the series as a whole. After all, characters are essential for making a series a lot better. Honestly, without characters, this series wouldn't even exist to begin with, which is why characters are very important. So, out of all the characters, the farther we read, the more we learn about a character that seems to have been forgotten. Lu Shaotong. Why is she forgotten? And why is she barely being used? Before I begin, I would appreciate if you guys like and subscribe for more anime, manga, and in general fictional content. And with that, I hope y'all enjoy. Lu Shaotong, for a character that seems to be more important, has been in the back burner for a while now in Sakamoto Days. Why is this? For a character that had a strong introduction and seemingly was supposed to be the main female character of the series, she has been in the back burner. Yet her importance seems to be because of her family name. Lu Shaotong is a character in Sakamoto Days who seemingly seems to be introduced as the third most important character. After all, she was followed by a group of assassins that were taken care of by Sakamoto and Shin. Of course, after this point, we learn the true villains of this small arc. It's not really an arc, just like a 2-chapter series where they fight against the two twin assassins, Sun He and Sun Bacho, two twin brothers who are after Lu because she holds a great deal of power. She holds a lot of power because the Xiaolong name is very powerful in the Chinese drug industry, and in simplest terms, they are the JAA of China and have a ton of powerful assassins and of course information. Of course, we learn about her and how she is the way she is. Lu Shaotong is the daughter of the Xiaolong name and she has a ton of power, which I have told multiple times. But the reason she has a lot of power is because of the key given to her by her parents. Now, outside of power in a country, she has a ton of power in general, as she was able to defeat some of the weaker assassins that were after her. Of course, we learned that these were the men that Sakamoto took out later on, not actually took them out, but knocked them out and forced them back into the dungeon or where the boss was before Sun He and Sun Bacho murdered them. But the fact she was able to do this shows us that she's able to keep up and that she trains herself to defend herself. In all else, we learn about how Lu is, as she's someone who's kind to her friends. Not only this, but is very trusting, unlike Shin and Sakamoto. This character trait is one that is completely opposite of an assassin, and like Aoi, she's someone who's lived through a normal society, which means she understands that humans' lives are some that needs to be preserved. This means that even when her parents were working in an industry that is very dangerous, they've always instilled these character tropes to their daughter, showing how amazing her parents are in a world that is fully involved with assassins, and one that needs to be changed. A world where assassins lose their lives every day to fight within each other and lose themselves to attack others for the JAA, losing their free will unless taught otherwise. In a corrupted world where one death can change someone entirely from a normal human into a monster. Lu makes a great differentiator with her and everyone else. She's just like Aoi. She sees the best in people and the peace in the world that is so dangerous in a world that needs it. The longer she stays with the group, the more peace the group will have. Though originally she joined because Sakamoto wanted to help her through all the attacks that were originally coming to her, it seems that she realized that there could be a change in the world. Or, which is more likely to be the case, she cares for her friends a lot and she will help them through anything, to protect them, to love them. Even though it's very naive, that's how her character is. She's a dunce, but even though she isn't the smartest, she really cares for her friends. The problem with Lu is that recently she's been forgotten. The last time she had a significant role was in chapter 54. If you guys don't have any idea, we are in chapter 198. The character that seems to be prominent with the story is reserved to the backline. I don't understand why. She has an importance in the story and has a great contrast to characters like Shin and Sakamoto. After she defeated the death row assassin, she hasn't done anything. Keep in mind, she's gained a whole new power-up. A form that not only looked cool, but was very powerful. With how restricted it was, it wouldn't ruin the series at all. So the continuous lack of using Lu makes it much worse than it should have been. It seems like Suzuki's prioritizing characters like Akita for the female character. And while I do understand for having Akira as such a prominent and important character, after all, Akao, I don't know how to say her name, is the first person Uzuki kills. For anybody wondering, Uzuki is the main villain of Sakamoto Days and has great symbolism with Shin. I could go back on that in the future and talk about that. If you want me to, just let me know. But that would make Akira an important character and just push Lu in the back end. Even Heisuke has had more love, even though his character shouldn't be more important than Lu's. All he had was that he is similar to a character that used to be in the order named Hyo. Yet, he still gets more screen time than Lu does. Now understand, Lu doesn't kill and is someone with a heart. It still doesn't change the fact that she should be more utilized and shouldn't be as forgotten. Suzuki only uses Lu for information. He doesn't use her for anything else. All Lu Shaotong is used for is her family name because it has top information over the JAA or people revolved around the JAA and the slur, since they're both interconnected. This is why she's in the story, and it is very sad to see because of the general fights that could happen. While there could be a couple fights that she could have, I don't see her really having any important ones, unless something happens in the future. Honestly, the opponent that people would expect her to have is the opponent Heisuke is going to have, because the Heisuke moment was when he lost Hyo, and he will take revenge on Hyo by fighting Kuma Nomi. Of course, this is what I believe his final villain will be. Outside of maybe Akira, which they could fight, I doubt it though. I don't really see her fighting anyone else, which is a real bummer because she seemed much more important than she originally is. It makes these completely worse, especially for her, since she does have moments in the early series that would clarify that she was above Shin at the time, at least till some of the recent arcs, since she was fighting opponents stronger than Shin, though the main problem with that is that Shin has gone so much stronger and will be an endgame hero. You know, he will be one of the top tiers at the end of the series, especially after we saw what he did with Tenkyu. But of course, he had feats beforehand that were better than lose. I just wanted to mention this fight because genuinely, this is Shin's best performance yet. Now the main issue with Lu is what will be going on with her in the future. Is she just going to continue to push the main crew and continue to be good people and not do anything bad? Or will she have a fight that matters to protect her friends? Knowing where this series is going, there is a specific character that I can see a fight with. That while don't have many interactions, she is a very popular character and is the only one I could really see it with, though I do doubt it. Especially because she's a maniac and doesn't really have much emotion. But Lu can help her realize how important human lives are, and of course, while there won't be a death in the fight, it would be a great moment for Lu. The main problem with this train of thought is that I don't believe Lu will have a final battle, since she seems to be forgotten. But if Suzuki does give her a great moment, I and many fans would absolutely enjoy the moment, especially for a character we have met in Chapter 2. This is Sakamoto Day's most forgotten character, and I hope she does more in the latter part of the series, since her characterization is one that contrasts from Sakamoto and Shin. Even with all that she has forward, she seems to be in the back burner of characters. That's why Lu Shaotong is Sakamoto's most forgotten character.